Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us on 13 Plus. I'm Mary Coleman, joined by 13 First Alert meteorologist Aaron Christensen for a look at what we are seeing outside today. Aaron, I haven't had much time to spend outside this evening, so I can't offer any background on what's going on out there.
You know, hands down, best meteorological tool is a window.
There you go.
And of which we don't have any in the newsroom. So let's give everybody a look outside. Beautiful sunset setting up. This is looking to the west towards Sombrero Peak, Safford Peak. I know Sombrero Peak is sort of a nickname for it, but absolutely stunning no matter what you call it. So if you have an opportunity later, pop your head outside and take a look at that. Our one and only flood advisory that still stands at this hour across far northeast Pima County. It does include portions of Tucson's metro. It's primarily for the Sabino Canyon area, Sabino Creek, any of the runoff from there near Seven Falls. Also, potentially Catalina Highway, Tanque Verde, North Soldier Trail, although those streets just outside of that advisory area certainly want to be aware for some standing water in that spot. Try to avoid that. Obviously, flood advisory means more nuisance type flooding, not flash flooding, not necessarily life-threatening, but you still need to use some caution where you see those boxes. Our storms, though, have really started to flare up in the last 30 minutes across southern Greenlee and eastern, southeastern Graham County, moving into the Safford, Swift Trail Junction areas. Not considered severe at this time, so that's certainly some good news. But if you can hear thunder, that means you're close enough to be struck by lightning. You need to move indoors. And this is an area that has not seen a tremendous amount of rain so far this monsoon, so hopefully picking up some beneficial showers there. Those storms, though, through the course of the night may very well merge with those moving from the south to the north across Cochise County. So we're going to be watching very carefully for that. Stay weather aware as we head through the course of the night. There is still a 40% chance you'll see some showers at your house in eastern Pima County, 40% also in Nogales, 60 though for Sierra Vista, and 50 in the Benson area. Tomorrow, calling it a 40% chance. We'll need that umbrella in the Tucson metro with 97 degrees our high. That puts us 1 degree below average. And we leave you with another look at that beautiful sunset. Or I leave you. Mary's not leaving you.
So you got a couple minutes with me, guys, but yes, a beautiful sunset indeed. Thank you, Aaron.
Certainly.
And if you all want some more of your weather forecast, Aaron will be live on 13 News Live at 10, so we hope you will join us there. But let's jump into our story for this evening as promised. Well, an addiction to true crime. Chances are you know someone who loves the thrill and mystery, or perhaps that's even you. But what's the reason for that love is the question. In this week's 13 Crime Files, we speak with a criminologist about what drives so many people to that fascination.
I do have people who tell me, I love this stuff. I absolutely love this. I want to learn everything I can about Ted Bundy and Jeffrey Dahmer and, et cetera. But at the same time, we hate the things that they do.
True crime, a guilty pleasure for many in this day and age. From podcasts to Hollywood films, it's hard to escape it. Dr. Scott Bond is a criminologist and author who examines some of the U.S.'s most notorious killers. He travels around the country giving lectures on what he found in his experiences. And there's a certain type he sees more interested in what he has to say.
Everywhere I go, the audience is at least 80% women, at least 80%, sometimes 90%. And I think that the reasons for this are multifaceted. One is the fact that that women empathize with the victims, who more often than not are other women in these stories. And so therefore, but for the grace of God, go I. And there's also a desire to understand these diabolical individuals who are the perpetrators.
But there's one other thing Dr. Bond has noticed about the newer true crime era that he wishes would change.
One of the things that I don't like is when the perpetrator becomes the star and you lose sight of the victims. For example, Ted Bundy. Everybody knows Ted Bundy's name, but he killed at least 36 women. And I always ask my audience, can you name one of those 36 victims? And no one is able to,
Especially after examining some of these killers himself, it begs the question, are we the problem for finding interest and feeding their egos?
Not all serial killers have given themselves pseudonyms, but these individuals did because they are so narcissistic and attention seeking. And interestingly, and perhaps as a direct result, and we would imagine it would be the case, it is the attention seekers who we seem to know the best. The most narcissistic, the most psychopathic are the indelible ones that stick with us that we know, like the BTKs, like the David Berkowitzes, like the Zodiac, and Ted Bundy, because they thought they were the smartest, most wonderful, brilliant individual in the world.
It's clear this true crime obsession is not going anywhere anytime soon.
I think it's empathy that is a big part of it, and it's also, these individuals, the things that they do, it's so incomprehensible to most of us that it's absolutely terrifying. And I believe, as someone who studied psychology, that we humans don't deal well with ambiguity. We like answers. We don't like not knowing. And I think that if we somehow can just figure out why these individuals do what they do, then maybe we can sleep better at night.
And you can hear much more from Dr. Bond on 13 News Live at 10. But for now, we're going to leave you with a live look of that sunset from our Mount Bigelow camera, looking beautiful out there with those cotton candy skies. Have a great evening, and again, we hope to see you on 13 News Live at 10.